are a preschool program that's been designed entirely around the areas of strength and also the areas of need for children diagnosed with childhood apraxia of speech. We are the only one of its kind in the province right now. So TAPP has really been designed and intended for children whose primary area of difficulty is with their speech clarity. So an SLP like myself would call that a speech sound disorder. Within that group of students, priority is always given to kids that have that diagnosis of childhood apraxia of speech. We do also have some spaces available for kids that have suspected apraxia or who have other speech sound disorders as well. We are a preschool program, so roughly speaking, children should be either 3 or 4 years old when the year starts in September. Childhood apraxia of speech, or apraxia, is a motor speech disorder, so it's a fairly rare type of speech disorder. It only impacts about 1 child in 1,000. When we talk about it being a motor speech disorder, in the case of apraxia, what's really going on is that the child knows what they want to say. That's not the issue. Structurally, the muscles, the jaw, the tongue, the lips, everything is intact. That's not the issue either. The problem is that there's essentially a disconnect or a lack of efficient wiring between the brain and the mouth. So the brain is not efficiently getting those signals to the mouth, and as a result, the child's speech can be very unclear, can be inconsistent, and they have to work really hard to make those connections stronger so that their speech becomes more clear. Apraxia is considered a neurological disorder. It is considered lifelong, so kids don't just grow out of it. Luckily, what we do know is that with access to the right supports and with access to frequent enough support, kids can do really, really well. So I think there's actually lots that makes the TAPP program unique. We have quite small class sizes. There's only 12 children in the classroom. We have a classroom teacher, we have an educational assistant, we have an SLP assistant as well. Myself as SLP, I work both in and out of the classroom with the kids. We have access to occupational therapy and physical therapy supports as well. Something that's really interesting about our program is that we have kids as young as 3 and we have kids as old as 5 as well. So there's sometimes a full 2-year age gap between the kids in our program. And we've really seen that create some really exciting and wonderful dynamics between the kids, where our youngest, have really good peer models to look up to in terms of attention and behavior and turn-taking and play skills. And at the same time, some of our older students, our 5-year-olds, are really put into that position sort of leadership within the classroom. And so in spite of their speech delay, they're really being looked upon by their peers in the classroom as leaders, and that's done wonders for a lot of kids' confidence as well. But I think the thing that probably makes our program really stand out amongst others in the city is the amount of time that we're able to spend with the kids one-on-one, working on their motor speech goals, working on their individual goals for treatment. Most of my day is spent working one-on-one with children on their speech sound goals, and that's something that just most other programs in the city are not able to offer. Since we opened our doors, we've had applications come in from families located in Sherwood Park, families in Leduc and St. Albert and Beaumont and Fort Saskatchewan. So I think it's really just speaking to the fact that there is a need and a demand for this type of programming that's specific to this diagnosis. There's no fees associated with the program at all. Parents are responsible for transporting their child to and from the program each day and for sending their child with a healthy snack to school each day. So within any given program day, there's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of play, there's music, and there's movement, and there's snack time, all of these routines that are so important for children within their early school-aged years. But in our program, embedded into every part of the school day are opportunities for them to work on their communication skills, opportunities for them to develop their pre-literacy skills as well, and then opportunities for them to nurture their confidence as well. When we designed this program, it was really around those 3 main areas of development that we felt were specific and necessary for this population of kids to work towards: clear speech, pre-literacy, and confidence. So we're located in the Winifred Stewart Association building, which is in the Westmount neighborhood in Edmonton. Our program runs Monday to Thursday mornings from 9:15 until noon. And our program year starts in mid-September, and we wrap up the year at the end of June. All of the children within our program this year have shown phenomenal growth, not only in their speech clarity, although that is one of obviously the main things that we're working towards. We've seen amazing bursts of confidence. Kids that maybe at the start of the year were too scared to raise their hand, to say their name, to participate verbally are now getting up and doing show and share in front of their friends. And maybe they need a bit of support, but they've got that confidence and they've got the skills to be able to do that, which has been really exciting to see. We have students that came in with fewer than 20 clear words, who now sit at snack time and tell me full stories about their day or about the dream that they had last night. And it's just been really exciting for us to see these personalities emerge as their speech and confidence develops too. We've had wonderful feedback from parents. We have an amazing supportive group of families that are just behind their kids 110%. We have families that have told us that their children can now have a conversation, over a Zoom video call with grandparents that are maybe out of town or out of province, whereas that was not possible for them prior. We've had families saying that their child goes to soccer and is no longer kind of singled out as the one that no one is able to understand very clearly. There's been just some real, I guess, significant impacts in terms of the kids and their ability to function well, not just within the classroom, but in terms of the larger context of their lives as well.